Welcome in. We are back. Final countdown. We've made it. This game is trash, so not too surprising because both teams are horrible and they're playing in Germany. So, guys, have questions, please ask them. That is literally the whole point of the show. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. All this lovely lineup will be going on all week. We have shows Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and of course Sunday. So, starting off with Glitchy. Welcome in. Is Nico Collins going to play? Yes. He is. To what extent, I don't think it really matters. It's rough. I don't love that he's going to be out there, but they have him healthy, so he's going to play, and I think there's a lot of upside, so it's too hard to sit him. I moved him from I added him to the active roster and moved it all the way to wide receiver 15. So, have you set and ready to go. Straight Cash, welcome in. All right, Flex Waddle, Javonte, Dowdle. Man, that's rough. I'm probably going to go Dowdle because I know the matchup isn't great, but he's going to be used a lot. Williams has a rough matchup against the Chiefs, and I'm worried about Bo Nix. And then Waddle, we're still unsure. I have to see something from Tua before we start moving into there. I got Moody. Yeah, good call. Also a good call, Glitchy. All right. Trisha, welcome in. Hill or Worthy. Ugh, that's rough. I'm probably going to play Hill just because I don't know who else is going to move the ball outside of him and Kamara. Tipton maybe is a long shot, but I really don't love that as an option for you. So I would go Hill because I just think he's going to be used in a lot of ways. If you want to play it safer, go play Worthy. Completely understand doing that. It's just terrifying to do that. So best of luck. All right, Cameron. Need 2. Waddle, Tank, Harris. Guessing that's Tank Dell, not Tank Bigsby. So I'm going to go Dell, and again, it's Harris, but that matchup sucks. I can't trust any of the Dolphins right now outside of the running game. So it kind of depends. If you are set to win, I'm playing Robinson. If you need the upside, I go Collins. I still think Collins is going to be solid. It's risky. There's so much risk around him because it's going to be his first game back. We aren't sure how healthy he is. We aren't sure what it's going to look like. So I'd rather just play it safe. But I'm completely fine playing Collins. All right, AW. McConkey or Hopkins. I'm going to go McConkey here. It's a little safer play. Hopkins is likely, should get the Surtain treatment, but we'll see. Not that matters a whole lot. I still expect him to get your double digits. It's just if he falls in the end zone or not becomes more of a question. Royce, welcome in. Warren or Irving? Oof. Man, what? These are just getting brutal. I'm going to go with probably Irving because I know he has a role. Warren, we've been talking about on Wednesdays, has just not looked good and looks like he's dealing with some injury. And so it just, until he gets better, it's difficult to trust him. What up, Straight Cash? All right. Yeah. Again, PPR is probably down. I think it's a safe play, especially with Pittman out. The matchup sucks, though. So if that, of course, is only full PPR. If it goes to half, I then give it to McLaurin because he's making the big plays and has more likelihood to score. I kind of expect Taylor to get in the end zone this week, so kind of lowers him a little bit for me. Burke, welcome in. Starting rush. Should I go AR, Kyler, or I would probably go Stafford because I like the matchup a little more. But Russell is fine. I expect him to have an okay game. I'd have him as my quarterback 16. So don't love it, but could do worse. Morning, David. McBride, Otten, Montgomery, Collins, pick 2. It's probably, it's going to have to be Collins and Otten because it's PPR. I like Montgomery, but again, we're in that same issue of it's a run game. It's very steady. He's going to see enough touches just if he gets in the end zone or not. Hey, welcome. All right. Shakir, Nico, or BTJ? Woof. Still think I'm going to go Collins. I know it's risky, but if you don't like that, the next risk is going to be, well, actually, I'll probably go Shakir now. With Lawrence out, it just makes me nervous about BTJ. I thought initially it was going to be Beathard as the backup, but they're now saying it's going to be Mac Jones, and that makes me even more nervous. So I'd rather just go Shakir, who doesn't have to worry about Coleman or Cooper coming in to affect it. So depends on how you want to play it. Morning, Polo. Projected to lose because, yeah, that hurts. Again, I don't think you go wrong here. I still think I lean Stafford just because the matchup's a little better. I wish I could go Cousins, but without any of the weapons for the Saints, I'm just so nervous that they're going to run a lot. And granted, they could do that with the Rams, but I doubt they do because why would they? They have their weapons back. What up, me? All right. Hunter Henry or Johnny Smith. I'm probably going to go Henry. Smith has been coming on because of the fact that Tua isn't looking downfield at all. So not too surprising, but definitely rolling him out. All right. Josh, welcome. White, McConkey, Downs. I'm still going to go White because I think it's the safest play. However, if you want to chase the upside and go Downs, completely understand doing that. White's been so consistent. I know it's not an ideal matchup, but still, the dump offs are going to be there. So makes it easy. All right. So S. Smith, let's see. Sutton, Addison, or Dark Horse Mac. Golly. At this point, I'm probably going to go Mac, but it's mostly because I don't trust how they're going to use Sutton. Chiefs have been pretty good defense against him. And then Addison is just not something I want to trust. Morning, Ruben. Oh, nice. So jealous. Okay, pick 2. BTJ, Hopkins, Ridley, Allen. It's probably going to be Ridley and BTJ. I don't love the matchups for any of them. And I wish Allen was being more consistent on this new team, but just isn't happening. And Mayfield or Darnold. I'm going to go Darnold. I know it's an easier matchup, but with the lack of weapons for Mayfield, I'm nervous. I know McMillan comes back, so we'll see how that goes. All good. Quick thought. Lost Amari waiver. If you're looking for a long term, you're probably going to go Hill, just because of how they're using him. But if you want to see where Worthy goes, I'd be the next one with the most upside. All right, Trisha. Let's see. Ridley or Harrison? I'm trusting Ridley more. I just think it's more consistent. It's a little safer. Harrison is so inconsistent, and it really just seems like it's either when they're up or way down that they really chuck it to him. So if they're in any kind of back and forth, he's not seeing the target. No problem. Morning, Preston. Start 1. BTJ, Ladd, Stevenson. You're playing it safe. I'm probably going to go Stevenson. No, the matchup isn't great, but he's being used like he should be as a lead running back, getting all the guaranteed touches. You don't want to go that and go with wide receiver. It's going to be McConkey. I understand that BTJ has been a beast, but I am nervous with Mac Jones coming in. I do expect him to still have a decent output. I just don't know what that's going to look like with Mac Jones. So until I know, I'm kind of staying away from it the best I can. Until you get to like this. Metal Nate. All right. This is where I go BTJ. I know that London speed up. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. And we'll see how Mooney does. And I'm just not trusting Smith right now. All right, Royce. Yeah, I still think I'm going to go Hill just because, again, I think he's going to be used at a rate that is more consistent because of the fact that they don't have anybody else to throw to. No Olave, no Shaheed. Literally, it's going to be all the tight ends and then potentially tipped in. We'll see if that actually turns into anything. Pitts is too inconsistent. And then, like I talked about, Marvin Harrison, it's just not what you want. Sorry, guys. I'm just dying today. Yeah, so you definitely go Stafford then. It just makes more sense. Jennings, Hopkins, or Dell? Oof. I'm probably going to go Jennings just because I think he's a wide receiver 2 on that team, and I expect them to kind of want to establish dominance. So I'm probably going to go that way. But don't love it. Rather go if you want to go Dell, I understand with all that nonsense with Nico coming back. All right, batch. Hawkinson, Ferguson, Henry. Don't like any of it. I'm probably going to go Ferguson because Dak's out and he is a safety blanket for Rush. Saw a decent uptick in targets last week, so. What up, Daniel? Pick 2. McLaurin, Harrison, Jameson, Ridley, Smith. It's probably going to be Ridley and McLaurin. Harrison's too inconsistent. Same thing with Williams. And again, Smith would be the next one up, but it's really that game's going to be so hit or miss. I expect them to kind of be able to do whatever they want, and that always terrifies me when I'm trying to pick a fantasy option. Flex, Taysom Hill or Downs and standard. Lil J, it's probably Hill just because of how they use him, but it's hard to get away from Downs. Downs is playing so well. I really hate the matchup for him. Should be okay. So if you're chasing upside, go Downs. All right, Daniel. Another one. Eckler or Stevenson. With Brian Robinson being out again, I'm probably going to go Eckler. But Stevenson, the way they use Stevenson has just been so dominant. It makes it difficult for you not to want to use him. And it's whether or not you end up trusting what Eckler, how they used Eckler last week to happen again. Yeah, I have him 3 spots behind, so they're pretty close. All right, Carl. Goddard or Ingram? Because it's going to be Mac, I'm still probably going to go Ingram. This potentially being the first week that Goddard's back, I don't trust it. So we'll see if he's actually healthy or how they're going to use him. Calcaterra's also been playing very well, so makes me nervous to see what Goddard does if they end up doing like they did with Ertz and Goddard and kind of split that up. So, yikes. Don't like it. All right, Josh. Pitts or Henry over BTJ in the flex? Probably not. It doesn't give you the upside that you want. If you are worried about BTJ's output, you can play Henry, but I don't think you're going to love it as much as you will if BTJ has even a somewhat decent game. Mac Jones has done it before. Bills or Chiefs? Still going to go to the Chiefs here. Bills are going to be just fine. It's just I have them ranked higher because they're going up against the Broncos. I think they could put some pressure on Knicks and cause a couple turnovers that could be pretty big. Kamal. All right, Dowdle or Addison? Probably just taking my points and running with Dowdle here. I don't love it because it's going to be Rush, but who knows? Maybe it'll work out. If he continues to see the volume, he should be just fine. Morning, Tony. Let's see. Nick, Stafford, Williams. Yeah, that happened to a lot of people, so it's okay. But you have Stafford, so I'd roll with that. Love his matchup the most out of these 3, and they're going to be kind of able to do whatever they want. Makes it easy. All right, Carl. Let's see. Christian McCaffrey. It's going to be CMC and Eckler. I hate the matchup for Harris, and I just think the other two, even with the limited workload for CMC, there's a lot of upside still there. Dropkin Kid for Hawk. Probably not, just because, like you said, this week it should be a decent matchup. And especially with Coleman and Cooper both being out, it's kind of hard to drop Kincaid this week. Bean, welcome. Della Shakir. Yeah. I'm going to go Shakir here just because I want to see how the Texans look with Nico back. If that actually hurts Dell, which it probably should because he's been dealing with injury anyway. So, don't love it. Herbert or Wilson. Guessing these are quarterbacks. If that's the case, I'm going to go Herbert. Decent matchup for him. He should have to throw somewhat. So we'll see how it actually ends up because it is the Titans. I was hoping he'd go up against Rudolph and not Levis because Levis isn't as good of a quarterback, I think. So we'll see how it goes. Andrew, no, I didn't even see this question. So whenever we start the actual stream, it deletes the questions for some reason from our feed. Not sure why, but Baker or Rodgers? That's a good question. I'm guessing I have them ranked similarly since I don't know off the top of my head. I'm gonna go. Yeah, man. I have them back to back, and I think I'm gonna go Rodgers. Just because, again, Baker needs help. Just doesn't have any weapons to help him out. He looked fine, but this matchup isn't ideal, and I expect him to have to really throw a lot. And if there's any issues, it's going to be rough. So, gonna go Rodgers, unfortunately. Golly, makes me feel dirty. All right, Tyler, what do we just play him Monday for? At this point, Hill hasn't done anything to make me want to believe that he's going to be an effective flex play for you, so I'd rather just roll out Hunt. Take the points. I know it's a tough matchup, but the way they're using him, it works out. So I'd rather just roll Hunt and hope for the best. Even against the Broncos. Bills or Vikings? Both good choices. I still think that I am going to go Vikings, especially with Mac Jones. I doubt he's able to move the ball a whole lot better than Trevor Lawrence has been. And so makes it a little easier. All right, Daniel. Let's see. Sutton, Mooney, Shakir. Probably going to take my points with Shakir. Don't really trust Sutton, and with London actually playing, it makes me a little more nervous for Mooney. But London goes out. Mooney's going to have a big game again. Almost certain of it. Tua Murray. That's a good one. I'm probably going to go Murray. Again, I just can't trust Tua at this point. Hasn't done enough to make me want to believe in him. Well, since he's been back, that's probably should put some context on that. All right, Damon. London or Pickens? Tough. I'm probably going to go with. I think I have London higher. Yeah, just barely. They're separated by 2 spots. So if you want to go Pickens, you're more than welcome to, just because London has that questionable mark next to him. So fine doing that, but it's completely up to you. I would go Pickens just because I think there's more upside, and I'm worried about that injury. But hard to not rank it the right way. All right, straight cash. Stafford or Murray. Again, not both are ranked similarly. Golly, I just need to stop saying that word. Remove it. I have Stafford 4 spots higher, so I'm going to roll out Stafford. Easier matchup. Dr. G, welcome. Need a wide receiver and a flex. Oof. I'm probably going to go. Do I want Hunt? It's going to be McLaurin for sure, and then it's a toss-up for me between Stevenson and Hunt. And I think I'm going to go Stevenson just because I think they use him a little more in the passing game, and Hunt is getting cycled through with other running backs. So, going to go McLaurin and Stevenson there. Oof. Gonna probably say the Jets, just because they look a lot better with Reddick back. I mean, Hassan's really making a big difference on that defense, giving him another spark. Morning, Ashley. Houston or Chiefs? Gonna go Chiefs again. Like with Nico back, it could be a completely different game. But I had them already pretty low for my defenses this week, so I'm nervous on them, and I just don't think it's gonna get any better. All right, Straight Cash. Let's see. Ugh. I'm going to go Jawan because they have to throw it to somebody. But I honestly don't like either of these options. Brutal. All right, Daniel. I'm going to go Adunze. Like I kind of mentioned on Wednesday, I think that Moore is going to see some Gonzalez. And so with that in mind, I'm probably going to roll out Adunze and hope for the best. Just trust it a little more at this point, even if it's a bigger coin flip. David Schmidt. All right, Cousins or Murray? Still have Cousins higher. Again, easier matchup. I am nervous that they run the ball, but I still just barely have him above him because it's the Saints with nothing. All right. Gallegos, let's see. Starting 1. It's full PPR. I like Jennings for the upside, but if you're set and just want your points, take McConkey. I think you get double digits either way. I just think Jennings could have a bigger game. So really depends on what you need there. Cody, welcome back. Moore, Dell, Mooney. Man, that's rough. I'm gonna. I have Moore ranked the highest, but I completely understand. Like I said, Gonzalez is likely going to be on him. Doesn't mean he's not going to get his catches. However, if Caleb does get nervous on it, which I could also see, going to Mooney, since again Saints don't really have anything there, would be an easy pivot for me. I think it's a lot safer play too. Flex PPR, Dobbins, Connor, Downs. I still think I go Downs there, but completely understand if you want to get your points with Connor. He's been pretty consistent. Still probably Downs, but it's close. Straight cash. Okay. Commanders, Texans, Rams, Falcons, Patriots. Woof. I am going to go with, oh my gosh. Oh, makes me feel gross. Falcons. I don't think like I said, the Saints have nothing. That is the only reason they're ranked so high is who are they going to throw to? How are they going to move the ball? Likely Kamara, but outside of that, can they score 3 times with Kamara? Potentially. J-Bus, okay, Hopkins or Mooney. I don't really like Hopkins this week. He has a tough coverage with likely seeing a lot of Surtain with Juju out. Now, granted, he's also been moving inside a bit, so be interesting to see how that works out. So yeah. No Q anymore. I don't know what Q is, but like I was saying, it's probably going to be Mooney. I don't love any of it though. Mooney's just been really consistent, so I'd rather roll that out. Angela, you made it. All right, Sutton or Dell. Probably because Daniel's here. That makes sense. I'm going to go Dell, mostly because I'm worried about Sutton in this matchup. He usually struggles, and so I'm nervous on it, and rather just go Dell and hope that he sees a decent target share and that Nico being out there takes some coverage off of him. All right, V. We already did this one. Jennings, if you're chasing upside. Again, I think him and McConkey both get double digits, but McConkey is a safer play, so it just kind of depends on how you want to play it. You're killing me. It's probably a low con, but I don't love it. Oof. And then Ertz for golly, man. These are all dirty. Then it's going to be Ertz, and then it's going to be Mahomes. Ugh. Giving me the shivers with that. Don't like it at all. Need a wide receiver already starting. Noah Brown. Okay, pick one. Woof. I'm probably actually going to go with Tolbert. Just because when Cooper Rush came in, he saw some more targets. I'm just curious to see if that actually plays out the same way. All right, Tony. Kraft, Kincaid, or Hill. Kincaid actually has the best matchup. However, with the fact that, again, keep talking on it, Saints don't have anybody. Hill could get a uptick. So I think Kincaid's a safe play with Hill having the most potential upside. McConkey or Mooney. Man, that's tough. I probably am going to go Mooney just because I think he's going to see more targets than McConkey will. But golly, that's ugly. Don't like it. I don't think you go wrong there, though. Tamara, you made it in. Worthy or Nico? At that point, I'm definitely playing Collins. Worthy hasn't done enough for me to believe in it. I know I should believe in it. It's just hard to do that. Damien. Gosh. This comes to the point, depends on what you need. If you need points, big points, go for Collins. However, there's risk involved with that. If you just want to play it safe, Eckler. Eckler should see enough usage. It's a decent matchup. They used him with the full workload last week and look good. And Brian Robinson's out again. So seems to be one of the better options and will consistently put up double digits for you. Don't like it. Abram, I'm going to go with Herbert here. Again, don't love the matchup for Murray. I also don't trust Murray a whole lot. He's too consistent. Herbert should have to throw in this game. I'm just very curious to see how that actually ends up working out for him. Dun, 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 dun. Michael, welcome in. Let's see. Addison, Harrison, Jennings. Woof. That's brutal. Man, I'm probably going to go Jennings, but I completely understand if you can't get away from Marvin Harrison, just because he's had a couple of good games recently. But yeah, that's not ideal at all. I don't like it. It makes me nervous. So I'm rolling out Jennings, but I don't like any of those options. I think Jennings just has the most chance for a bigger game. Ashley, let's see here. Mayfield or Mahomes? Good question. Pretty sure it's Mahomes. Nope, it's Mayfield. I have Mayfield throwing for more yards and scoring a touchdown. So I'm just worried Mahomes is going to be able to run it a lot, and that always hurts him a little bit. But still have him as my quarterback, 15. So super close. Great question. Really appreciate it. Guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. We have this lovely lineup of shows. But yeah, that's rough. All right. So you're welcome. Happy to help. That's kind of the whole point, is to make sure that we either help you answer the question or confirm your bias or confirm who you already picked. It's literally the whole point. Why we do this? It's answering your questions. So it's been interesting. Whoo. Oh man. I haven't even looked. Oh, of course they're all tied up. Nope, going to overtime. Sounds about right. Let's see. Tracy gets a touchdown. Hubbard has a touchdown. No surprise. Jones takes one in. That a baby. Way to help me out. Well, sometimes it just goes. When you know, you know. Oh, that was bad. Oh, that was bad. That hurt. Ouch. My bad. Okay. Got into the penalty box for that one. All right. Yeah, yo, mama. I'm going to go with Algier. Like I've been kind of talking about, Saints. I'm worried the Saints aren't going to be able to do a lot. So Falcons are going to do what they want to do, which includes running the ball a lot. So I think there's a lot of. Well, I didn't know what else to do. You know, it's just how it goes sometimes. I almost did it again. All right, if you guys got questions, please ask them. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Really appreciate everybody that comes in and asks you questions. Try and get them answered the best we can. Alex, that's a new face. Welcome in. Bucky or Algier? Oh, don't like it. I'm probably going, like I said, it's probably Algier. Bucky is splitting with both Tucker and White, and White's getting a lot of the work in the passing game. This is another point where they're going to have to use him quite a bit, and so that's brutal. I feel like there's been a lot of rough questions this week for running back. Feel bad. Like, sup, man? Welcome. Oh, so much fun. Would you start Jennings or Jameson Williams? Yeah, if you're at the bottom, go for Jennings. I think there's more upside. I also don't fully believe in Jameson Williams. It's been very much a roller coaster. So, yeah, don't love it. Brandon, let's see. Oh my gosh. I just wish I trusted Tua. I wish I trusted Caleb to throw it to Allen, not use him just as a tight end. It's been really frustrating. I'm probably going to still go Allen, but I don't like any of this. Honestly, at this point, you should look at your waiver wire and hope for the best, because maybe go for Tipton. Go for who else is like just random players. Maybe McMillan. Somebody dropped McMillan, and McMillan's supposed to be active today. Go get Justin Watson. We talked about how Hopkins is potentially going to be covered by Surtain. That should give Justin Watson some opportunities. Maybe. It's just, I don't know. Sam, well, let's see. Get two more here, huh? Etienne, Ertz, or Worthy. I'm probably going to go Etienne and Worthy because I think there's a lot of upside. And with Mac Jones under center, he's kind of used to dumping it off to the running back. Now the question is it going to be him or Bigsby? That's a good question because they keep switching it up. I don't know if I trust either of the running backs, but in PPR, it seems like Etienne's the one who's benefiting the most. So I'd rather just roll it out and hope for the best. Yikes. Sorry. Yeah. You're not wrong. It's going to be Kyler. Just again, the rushing floor helps him. And if he actually scores like Daniel Jones just did, that helps, or did recently. I guess today. Should just put today. Early mornings throw me off. Also, having a game on right now throws me off. It's been interesting. So, guys have questions, please ask them. Literally the whole point of the show. I have no material set up for you. So, Jatavian Sanders scored. Yay. One of my favorite players, I think, from 3 weeks ago when he started to really start to have an uptick in snaps and his usage. And so seeing him score score. It's awesome for the rookie. So You're welcome. I just read what's on the screen. I don't know. Brian Thomas or Shakir? Depends on what you need here, AJ. There's more upside for Brian Thomas. Shakir's definitely going to be safer because of the fact there's no Coleman or Cooper at this point, and that's kind of where I expect them to was expecting them to make their hay anyway. I had Shakir ranked pretty high, even with Cooper playing, and so it's just the upside isn't as clear without Mac Jones under center and Brian Thomas and how he's going to be used. So it'll be very interesting to see how it works out. But Shakir's a safe play. If you want the upside, go Brian Thomas. Don't like it. Straight cash anytime. Always a pleasure. Glad you could make it in. Took some time away from the game. Juan, welcome. White, Bucky, Javante. Man, at that point, I might just go White and Bucky, but it's close. If you want to go Javante over Bucky, that's probably a safer play. That way you're not just all in on Bucks. But it's also the Chiefs, and they've looked pretty good against the run. I'm just tired of them winning. Can somebody beat the Chiefs, please? All right, Brandon. Shepard, Washington, Davis, and Millen. Oof. You guys are killing me. Here's the thing. I think McMillan has the most upside out of this group. However, Washington has consistently been getting 40 yards and 3 targets to get a 7. A 7 isn't horrible, but it's also not fully what you want. If I trusted Shepard to stay healthy for the entirety of the game, I would probably go that way, but I just can't. And the way they've been using White and Otten, it's just too effective. So, yeah, don't like it. I appreciate for sure. All right. Oh, there you go. Play Palmer. I'm guessing that's Charter Palmer. Why can't I think of his first name now? Josh. Golly. Whew. Brain wasn't working. Yeah, I'd much rather play Josh just because there's a chance of a big play. Between him and QJ, they both scored last week. Could happen again. It's another decent matchup for him. All right. I thought you were leaving. I'm going to go with the 2Ds here. Robinson and Douglas. Make it easy. I have to see what they do with Cooper Rush under center and how the ball gets distributed a little more. I know we saw somewhat of it last week, but it wasn't a big enough sample size, and I don't trust Davis to yet. Curious to see how it works with Jones. Maybe it's going to be better, but until it happens, I got to wait and see. Garrett, welcome. It's been a minute. I still think I'm probably going to take Lamb here. Rush is able to get it to him. It's just not an ideal situation. Dak being out, him being beat up. I just don't like any of this. So I'm probably going to go Lamb, but if you want to go London, I understand it. It's a much easier matchup for sure. Like, it's not close that London has the easier matchup. The Cowboys haven't done anything, but they have to get the ball to Lamb if they want to have success this week. So, alrighty, let's see. Alex, sit one. Adams, McConkey here. It's going to be Harrison. It's not necessarily close. I don't like being on the roller coaster. Adams has been somewhat consistent. McConkey's been somewhat consistent. Shakir been somewhat consistent. I'm very curious now without the other two if that hurts or helps, but we'll see. But still trusting those three more than I am Harrison Jr. right now. Yikes. Don't like it. Searle, let's see. Oh my gosh. Thing is that Cook is just not, the matchup isn't good for him. It's not great for Dobbins either, but Dobbins is at least getting a lot of usage. and then they're sprinkling in Davis now. I'm going to go Dobbins here, but I don't like it. I don't. All right. If you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow giving you your waiver wire picks and back on Wednesday talking through trades and everything else. Last show was way too long. Neil, we can't do that. Oh, is it? Who won? Oh, gosh. It's the Panthers. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. Good for them. Man, that game was slower scoring than I expected. But Tracy comes away with 103 yards on 18 carries. They gave him way too much. Yikes. Oh, shut up. Seriously? Oh, my gosh. So that makes 2. He had 2 this game. Woof. All right. Well, that's not ideal. All right. Well, looks like it's pretty quiet. If you guys have questions, please ask them. Literally the whole point of the show. I mean, like, legitimately, that's the whole reason we do the show. Well, you know, it's in Germany. Why? I know it's part of some deal, I'm sure, to help and raise more money, get more money, raise awareness, allow everybody else to enjoy it. Yeah. Oh, I don't like it. Oh my gosh. Seriously? You're all right, let's hear it. You're cracking me up, man. Okay. I am waiting. Yeah, probably. If you want to play it safe, you go. Well, even then, there's no safe pick here. You're just rolling the dice, and of them, I like Palmer's matchup the most. Patriots have actually been pretty decent when it comes to their defense. I know it doesn't look like it because the team overall isn't good, so they get tired. But yeah, woof. All right, Chris Pearsall, Allen, Holland. Golly, that's again. We're in the same issue. Why do we keep getting in this boat? I'm still going to go Holland just to see if he does something. I mean, he's had sparks where he looked really good. It's just trusting Mac to do something always seems to come back to bite me. So, I mean, could be another good option. We'll see. They're going to have to move the ball. And more likely it's going to be by throwing it because of the matchup. So, let's roll it out. Oh no. In PPR, yes. In half or standard, it's probably going to be McLaurin just because the big play is there. So, and McLaurin's been getting into the end zone, which has been helping. Starting Jefferson, Cup, Kamara, Taylor. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm probably going to go with. I still think in PPR it's Downs. Otherwise, you're looking. It's going to be McLaurin. So I just expect him to see more targets, which really helps him. And the way that the Commanders have kind of been winning is by balancing their offensive attack, and that includes Jaden running, Eckler and Robinson running, and then the big play from McLaurin and over the middle stuff with Ertz. So probably going to Chris. It's going to be Mac there. again, Bills are going to have to throw it. It's going to be to who, and Shakir's going to need some help. So if he gets the main coverage, which is probably the case, Hollins has done something. I just don't trust Pearsall. Don't like how they've been using it. And then Allen's the same thing. He's a tight end that comes in occasionally and looks really good, and then they just don't care about him. So don't appreciate it. All right. Guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. All right, Alan. Let's see. Play Bigsby or Etienne. And I think it's going to be more of Etienne because, again, Mac Jones needs somebody who's going to be there to protect him. I would expect Etienne to do more of the pass catching work and them to use him a little more. But every time I said that, it's gone the other way. So based on that, you should play Bigsby. All right, AJ. Oh, my gosh. It's so hard to get away from Montgomery because he's been so good, and they use him on the first drive, and then he scores at some point, and so it's iffy. But Stevenson is the one seeing all the work, and it's hard to get away from the volume play there, so I'd much rather go Stevenson here. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Again, I'll be more curious to see it if it actually happens. Them giving Jones a contract was, I think, their big mistake, but he did show out for that 1 year, and that, unfortunately, is probably what's going to do him in. That's rough. All right, Logan. Matt Collins. You're playing Collins. Yeah. Just play Collins. You're not going to have to worry about it. The rest of that terrifies me too much. Way too many question marks around all that. Nibs, you made it. All right. Adunze, Williams, or Shepard. Talked about it somewhat on Wednesday, but I think I'm going to go Adunze because I think Gonzalez is going to be covering more often than not. I don't trust Shepard because it's Shepard and he can't stay healthy. And then Jameson Williams, again, you're looking at another coin flip, and I don't like it. So rather just roll Odunze and hope for the best. Hope the rookie can get done. All right, Zach Williams or McMillan. Oh my gosh. Again, it's probably going to be McMillan. But I don't trust either of these two, honestly. If you want to go for the big play and hope that from Jameson, go for it. But PPR, I'm guessing McMillan sees more targets because he's on the list and should see something. I mean, they need to throw it to a wide receiver occasionally for the Bucs. I mean, they don't, but they've had success throwing it. So it's definitely going to be a lot of Otten and White, but McMillan should get sprinkled in there too. Rob, Jennings, or Taysom. Again, PPR. Depends what you need. I prefer Jennings because I think he's the wide receiver 2 on that team. Granted, I do think Kittle's probably going to score this week, which hurts him a little bit. But with Debo getting the main coverage, Jennings is a clear option. And then, of course, CMC actually being back helps that offense massively. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. All right, fat boy. Pollard, Eckler. Any kind of PPR, it's going to be Eckler. Even then, golly, Pollard has a tough matchup. However, it hasn't really mattered. Spears potentially being back also makes me nervous. We'll see how much they actually use them. But I'd much rather just go with Eckler. I know the matchup isn't super, but he's looked really good when he's gotten a majority of the work. So hard to get away from it this week. Also probably giving too much credit to my Chargers, so we'll see how that goes. All right, Superfly, I need one. Allen, Worthy, Ray, Mike Williams. Woof. It's probably going to be Worthy because I kind of touched on it, but it's just the fact that I think Hopkins sees Surtain. And if Worthy gets any kind of jet sweep or gets a chance to score, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets that done. The rest of these are just too many question marks around him. Curious to see how Mike Williams does, if he does anything. Curious to see If London plays the entirety of the game, Ray Ray's probably not going to be worth anything unless you get punt kick return points. Then Ray becomes interesting because he's pretty good at that. So I'm going to go Worthy, but golly, that's rough. Guys, haven't already, please like and subscribe. If you want to help with your trade questions or any dynasty info or anything else, we join the Discord. It's pretty awesome. Full lineup of shows Monday, back tomorrow, doing waiver wire, helping you guys out, giving you our picks. Back Wednesday, helping with trades, talking about all the stuff ahead in fantasy. I give you my start sits for the week, which who knows? And then Thursday, ahead of kickoff, I come back, help you guys set your lineups, do all that good stuff. Friday, we're back with the Degenerates, all your betting. We had Locked In with Mason Cameron and Vishal Gupta, both of them doing an awesome job this year. And then, of course, I'm back on Sundays to annoy you and help answer your questions and get your lineup set. So, thankfully, I think we're done with all the overseas games. Makes me happy. Much rather not have to deal with that. So, all right. Woo, we made it through. Couldn't even get the warnings in because it was the game going on and everything else. But I appreciate everybody who hung around. I mean, players are getting back. We'll see how it actually ends up. This is going to be likely your last week without Mike Evans. So there's a plus. We have the bye for the Buccaneers next week. But we also had people get put on IR, like Chris Olave, which not too surprising there. They're doing similar to what they did with Tua. This was his 5th concussion, so not too surprising. Juju being out. Hopefully this is his last week. We'll see. Pittman being out gives Downs a little bit of a boost. Then I'm expecting Cooper to be back next week. We'll see. He has to practice for that to happen. Keon being out isn't super surprising since he seems to have done what Cooper did. And then we're just in a world of hurt. Higgins, hopefully he comes back next week. We'll see. And then everybody else looks like they're going to be good. We're watching the Mac Jones game or Jaguars game to see how Mac Jones does. We're watching the Cowboys game to see how that works out. Outside of that, I appreciate all of you. Good luck in week 10. Hopefully we stay away from injuries, knocking on wood. But appreciate everybody who came to watch this, as always. Have some fun. Remember to keep up the nonsense. And we will see you all next week. And, well, I guess Monday if you come back for the waiver wire show. But appreciate you all. Have a good week and good luck.